How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Pariso, and if you're interested in Chicago or finance or inspiration, well, you've come to the right place. Today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 best neighborhoods to move to in Chicago for 2023. Now let's get right into it. Number 5 is going to be McKinley Park. Now, a lot of you may look at me funny because you never heard of McKinley Park if you're not from the city, or if you're in the city, you're like, McKinley Park. Well, this is why I believe it's going to be a great neighborhood to move to in 2023. It's an up-and-coming neighborhood which is very affordable and has great transportation, great shops around like a Target, a Jewel's, Starbucks. It has new development happening, new houses going up, prime location for people who are looking to buy a house and settle down in. And to top it all off, it has a wonderful and beautiful big park with a lagoon. This is why I believe it's going to be one of the top 5 neighborhoods to move to. Let me give you some facts on McKinley Park. According to niche.com, McKinley Park has around 50,000 people and its median home value is around $240,000 and the median rent is $900. Always give the median rent according to niche.com, but it always varies if you're going to go from 2-bedroom to 1-bedroom to a studio, so keep that in mind. When it comes to renters versus owners, well, owners are 66% and renters are 34%. So this is going to be a neighborhood where you're going to run into people who actually own their houses versus renters. So these are residents who are here to stay longer term than other neighborhoods who may have more renters who eventually leave and move out, which is a great sign if you want to be part of growing a community and put down some roots somewhere within the city. Transit here is really great. You have buses. You also have the Orange Line. The Archer stop is for the Orange Line, and it even goes to Midway and downtown. So downtown for business if you work downtown in the Loop, or if you want to go to Midway either for a business trip or if you just want to go on vacation, you have a direct train access to an airport to get you to where you need to go. And it's also close to the I-55, so in case you need to go southwest or you want to drive to downtown, that is also a great option as well. McKinley Park is going to be for people who want to get into a neighborhood that's down low, has affordable prices, and you can actually live within your means, or it's going to be for families who want to set down roots in a neighborhood and want to help grow the community and be a part of the community. Now, number 4, West Loop. According to niche.com, West Loop has a population of around 28,000 people. Its median home value is $450,000, and the rent to own ratio is 59% of the people who live in West Loop actually rent versus the 41% who just own. A lot of families live here, 30 to 40-year-olds in their prime of their career, who are raising families here, have dogs. There's a park, there's a great elementary school as well. You also have the green and pink line. Most notable stop is the Morgan stop. Buses that come through here, especially through Halsted, which is the main artery of the city. And you can't forget the great Fulton Market and all the world-class restaurants and bars that you can go to and enjoy. The types of homes you're going to find here are going to be more loft style condos, industrial condos. One thing to note though is this neighborhood is hot, so there is a lot of construction going on. I don't recommend this neighborhood if you can't handle all the constant sound. This neighborhood is getting a lot of development. A lot of companies are moving here. It is basically an extension of downtown Chicago. You have office buildings getting constructed here. You have Google here. You have McDonald's headquarters here. So there's a lot of big companies already in this neighborhood, and there's going to be more companies moving in. Keep that in mind in case you don't want to hear constant construction. Number 3 is going to be Wicker Park. According to niche.com, Wicker Park has a population of around 23,000 people. The median home value here is even more than the West Loop. It's $445,000 in order to afford a house here. The median rent is around $2,000 to $2,100. Once again, it all depends on what kind of apartment you get. The rent to own ratio is going to be 56% to 44%. So it's kind of down the middle. Half the people are going to run into are going to own their house, and then half are going to be renting. So keep that in mind. Who is this neighborhood for? Well, I'd say this neighborhood is for wealthy people, hipsters who are into all the trending and new things going on, young professionals, and even for families who want to take advantage of the 606 trail. 606 trail is an old railroad converted to a walk space now, where you can bike, walk, run. You can push your kids on the stroller through it. You can also walk your dogs on it. Transit for Wicker Park is going to include buses and also the Blue Line, most notably Damon, The Blue Line does connect from O'Hare all the way to downtown Chicago. It does go all the way to Forest Park, which is a suburb of Chicago, just like McKinley Park. You work downtown, take the Blue Line downtown. If you want to get out for a business trip, or if you want to go out for travel, just take the Blue Line all the way to O'Hare, and it takes you all the way without even having to transfer. Number 2, Lincoln Park. According to niche.com, Lincoln Park has around 46,000 people. The median home value here is going to be $712,000. Yeah, you heard me right. $712,000. If you're coming from somewhere in the Midwest where houses are around $300,000, $200,000, that might have just sunk your heart. But if you're coming from New York or California, well, that seems like a normal price. The median rent here, though, is $1,700 according to niche.com, which is lower than the West Loop or Wicker Park. The rent-to-own ratio here is pretty evenly split. It's a 55 to 45 split. One of the main pulls to this neighborhood is its boutique shops on Armitage Avenue, its brick-lined alleyways, also, above all, the great big Lincoln Park that is right in between the lake and the neighborhood, which includes a free zoo where you can take your kids to enjoy with, or you can even take your significant other on a date. The distance between the lake and this neighborhood is very attractive. You can be in the neighborhood, and then in 5 to 10 minutes you can be on the lakefront trail or even be on the sandy beaches of Chicago enjoying the sunshine. Who is this neighborhood for? Well, this neighborhood is for families for sure. You have a whole bunch of families, from older families to younger families, raising their kids here. It's also for people who love boutique shopping, people who are very active outdoors, who love parks, who want to get on a trail where other people are biking or walking. As far as transit goes, you have Fullerton Stop, which is the most notable stop in this neighborhood, which includes the red, the brown, and the purple line. You have plenty of buses in this neighborhood as well, which can get you to different locations, and above all, you have access to the Lakeshore Drive to give you the most scenic views of the whole city skyline. It can take you all the way to downtown. And number 1 is River North. According to niche.com, River North has a population of around 34,000 people. The median home value here is around $520,000. The median rent here is around $2,200. The rent-to-own ratio is 66% for renting and 34% to owning. So you know a lot of people here are maybe not staying long term. Just keep that in mind when you are making connections and getting to know your neighbors. But it is very exciting because with the high turnover rate, you may get a whole bunch of people from all across the country and all across the world who will be moving into this neighborhood, who will be bringing their traditions, talents to the neighborhood, which will contribute to the city. Types of homes here, you're not going to really find any single family homes. The majority of the houses here are going to be high res. You can get some really spectacular views of the whole city. Who is this neighborhood for? Well, I would say this neighborhood is for young professionals who are ambitious, love the hustle and bustle, want action every day. There's always something happening in this neighborhood. People who love clubbing or love going to bars. This is a great hotspot. This is where the partying really happens in Chicago downtown. Transit, you have plenty of buses. It is downtown, so you're always going to have access to public transportation like that. You also have access to the brown, red, and purple line. You also have access to Lakeshore Drive, which once again is a great and beautiful highway that can get you from north of the city all the way to south of the city along the lake. So if you're a young, ambitious person who likes to work hard and grind and be in the hustle and bustle during the weekday, but you would love to go out for drinks or go to a club and just dance the night away during the weekend, well, this is a neighborhood for you. And there you have it. Those are my top 5 neighborhoods to move to in 2023 in Chicago. And I got one bonus one for you guys. It's going to be the Loop. The Loop, I know other Chicagoans will probably say that it's dead at night. A lot of people who come into work during the day either leave to the suburbs or leave back to their neighborhoods at night. But if you're all about being in the heart of the action, especially during the daytime, then I recommend the Loop. What's going to bring the Loop alive during the night is going to be residents moving in. There's around 30,000 people living there according to niche.com. Median home value is going to be around $450,000. Median rents are going to be around $2,200. The rent to own ratio is 67% rents and 33% owned. The huge draw to this neighborhood is the fact that you are in the center of the whole city and you have access to every single train line within the city. That means you can travel to every single neighborhood on this list, all from the Loop. And I believe the Loop needs more love. It has a lot of residents right now, but I think it needs more night people to bring it alive, not just during the day, but especially during the night, because that is what makes a great downtown. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you watching. If you got some value out of this, or if I helped you with your move, please give this a like. It helps me a lot and it motivates me to keep making more for you guys. Or tell me how you liked it. Tell me if you liked it, or tell me if you didn't like it down below in the comments.